Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to talk about all of the recent happenings with Teen Mom. But before I get into that, if you are from my TikTok account, my page on there, then you might know I cannot access TikTok on my new phone. I upgraded, and although I have the app on my phone, it needs to be updated, so therefore I cannot open it whatsoever. So all of the editing tools that I use in my TikTok videos, I don't quite know how to use on here yet. So I won't be able to do my green screen like I like to do. I also don't have like an aesthetically pleasing background for YouTube like a lot of creators do. So please bear with me. I really don't have a space in my house to turn into my content room like a lot of people have. So I'm just in my bedroom and I'm just making videos, sharing my opinions, and I gotta let it not bother me because I gotta keep in mind that if people are interested in what I gotta say, they're going to tune in regardless of the background. But I just want to put that out there, just basically give like a little update to everybody on why my videos may be looking different. And although I was able to make some videos on my Amazon tablet, for some reason, it's not letting me do that within the last 48 hours. I've tried to make multiple videos on my tablet. On TikTok, I wanted to respond to a few comments, but every time I tried to record a video, it just said it will not record. Can't record. The app is moving super freaking slow. So I'm just really frustrated because I just want to be able to access my freaking TikTok account from my phone and just do what I do. But since I can't, here we are. So a lot has been going on with the former Teen Mom stars and the current Teen Mom stars. I don't even know where to begin. So how about we start with Delusional, aka Jenelle Evans. I call her Delusional because she lives in delusion and denial. So that's just my little nickname for her. It may get redundant for some people, but a lot of my viewers on TikTok love when I use that nickname. So I'm going to use it. But anyway, so recently, Delusional and her boyfriend, August, September, October, November, December, January, have broken up. So they were all fine and dandy for Daniel Miranda, or August's birthday. Delusional made a post and was like, if you see this man, you wish him a happy birthday. I love him. La 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 la. And then they go out to celebrate his birthday. While they are celebrating his birthday, something went down. And from sources that I'm hearing from, stuff went down between Daniel Miranda's actual girlfriend and Delusional. So I think that what happened is that there was already plans for Daniel or August. I don't like to call him by his little fake name. His real name is Daniel Miranda. And just because he wants to evade his criminal history with his name, it's not happening here. We're going to call you by your name. It's Daniel. So anyways, I think that there was already plans to go to wherever it is that they went on his birthday. And I think that his actual girlfriend at the time knew about these plans and was going to be there. Because word is that he and Delusional were not actually a couple. That he was just putting on a front with her. But that he's been her entertainment manager for a few years. It's all very confusing. We are talking about Delusional after all. But anyways, so Delusional and Daniel decide to go out to celebrate his birthday. Plans have already been set on where they will be celebrating. So his true girlfriend already knew what the plan was. She was already going to plan to be there. But then everything popped off because that girl went to one of her friends and was venting about Delusional and how that's not really Daniel's girlfriend, but she's trying to make it seem like they are, yada yada. Real girlfriend doesn't like that Delusional posts Daniel and her stuff, and it's just all, again, we're talking about Delusional, so it's all a mess. So I think that the girlfriend showed up, and with everything that had went off, stuff popped off. Because Delusional shared this, like, Snapchat photo, and it looked like she maybe had, like, a black eye or something, and she was somehow, like, that the night was so crazy. So I think that stuff popped off between her and the other girl, which ultimately led to Daniel and Delusional breaking up. So, with all that being said, somebody reached out to August, or Daniel, and was like, hey, did you know that Delusional's like going online, saying all this stuff, and Daniel was basically like, you know, I'm not going to get into it. Let me just say that I saw a side of her that, like, made me change my whole mind of her. That he's still concerned and, like, you know, cares about the kids. But that he just doesn't want anything more to do with her, period. Meanwhile, she's on social media bragging about how she's single and focusing on her kids. But even Daniel said in the leaked messages with him and a fan that she is too dependent on having somebody that it won't last long. Basically, like, the single life for her is going to probably last like another 5 days. I'm saying that. He didn't say that. So if it seems to you that she's, like, doing stuff with her kids and she's being an active parent, it's because she doesn't have somebody to be codependent on yet. She doesn't have a warm body in her cold sheets. So she's just going to be doing the most, and she's going to do all she can to tarnish Daniel. I'm not saying that he's some wonderful, upstanding citizen by any means, but I also see her for who she is. And she does the same thing with every guy that she is with. And she never acknowledges that she is the problem. She never takes accountability for her own actions. And I think that this is going to happen in any relationship that she's in, because I think that the men get tired of the constant drama. I think Delusional is just so self-destructive, and she lacks self-awareness. And she also lacks taking accountability, that there's never going to be true change with her because she doesn't see herself as the problem. But when you're the common denominator, you're the problem. Moving on from her, because I'm already tired of that conversation, let's talk about how Amber Portwood went off the rails again on TikTok Live. At this point, I feel that Amber should just not be on social media. Because if you can't have thick enough skin to go on live and to ignore some of the comments that are bothersome to you, maybe the internet is not the place for you. Because she went, like, off the rails, is saying it nicely, honestly, but she literally, like, went off the deep end and was crying. I didn't see any tears. But basically, like, we saw the same drama performances that we've seen on Teen Mom, just on TikTok Live. Like how she would talk to Gary when she felt attacked and stuff. And then she would, like, work herself up, but there was never any tears. And she'll, like, hyperventilate. And, yeah. Not only that, but again, her eyes are like this. And when you do see her pupils, they are freaking huge. I think that she is still under the influences of substances. I think that she is still abusing her prescription medication, and that is why she's acting erratically. Not only that, but if you already know of my suspicions of what has happened to Gary Waite, then this will make sense to you. But I think she's also spiraling, because I think there's more to that situation than has been found. I don't know how to explain it, other than just saying my theory is that Gary Waite never left North Carolina, and that he is still in North Carolina, if you catch what I am insinuating. I think that ever since then, we have seen a downward spiral from her. The lack of communication that she's had with Leah, the way that Gary and Leah have now completely cut communication ties with Amber. There's a lot of things that to me are adding up to maybe what actually took place back in June 2024 in Bryson City, North Carolina. And her behavior is telling me that I'm, like, the way that I'm thinking, I'm probably on the right path. And I know that sounds crazy, but we are talking about Amber. We are talking about a woman that literally chased the man that she has a child with and that child through a house with a machete, swinging at the door that they were barricaded behind. If she is able to pop off like that, I would not put it past her to be capable of unaliving a person. And I know that if she were to hear me say that, she would get all worked up. How could you say that? Because of the behavior that you display. And then, of course, that Mr. Hoods guy had to jump in. And on my TikTok account, this Mr. Hoods guy wanted to, like, send me messages because Amber was upset about stuff that I was saying about her. I'm so sorry that I was holding her accountable. I am so sorry. But Mr. Hoods was so upset by what I said that he decided to send me private messages and called me a tabloid content creator. Okay. If that makes me a tabloid content creator, then I guess I'll wear that shoe, lace it up, you know, because then that's what I am. But to me, I am sharing my opinions and my perceptions of what people publicly put out for the whole internet to see. And if you're going to put that kind of stuff out and be comfortable enough to do so, then you should be ready for people to also share their opinions on what you are putting out. I'm already aware that that's going to happen with me, with the videos that I put out there. I'm already prepared for people to be upset and have their panties in a bunch by my opinions. I'm not important enough for them to get upset about my opinions, but it happens. And so for Amber to have such thin skin, but yet she's been in the public for 16 years and has decided to flaunt the behavior that she flaunts out there so proudly, by the way, until she's held accountable, and then she wants to play the victim when she is not the victim ever. Not then, not now, not in between then and now, never. And she keeps mentioning how she, like, doesn't care if MTV fires her. So, MTV, can you guys just, like, fire her? Let her go? Because she clearly doesn't seem to care about what she's saying about other people on the show, especially Gary Shirley. I'm still shocked at what she was saying and laying claim to on December 24th of 2024. Mind blown still. And then there's other people that have piggybacked on her and was like, yeah, Gary is creepy. Yeah, that's a big age gap. Do y'all not remember how Gary and Amber met? That was her brother's friend. So y'all are telling me that that is an uncommon thing in your life, that a friend of a sibling and a sibling are dating? Because in my world, that's not uncommon. I was friends with plenty of guys who had sisters dating their friends. I was friends with plenty of girls that had friends dating their brothers. Like, that was not an uncommon thing, especially in high school. And Gary and Amber were actually in high school together. It's not like he was Andrew, who was, you know, in their early to almost mid-20s, getting a 16-year-old, as in Jenelle, pregnant. And for Amber to try to trash Gary's name like that is disgusting. And it only is going to harm Leah, because Amber's out there trying to trash the parent that has been a stable person in Leah's life. Gary has been taking care of Leah since day one. Like, Amber can talk all she wants to, but we saw what kind of care she was giving to Leah in the early days of 16 and pregnant and teen mom. But if Ambi wants to believe that she's a damn good mom and her kids are taken care of, we'll let her live in that denial. I mean, yeah, her kids are taken care of, but she's not anywhere near a damn good mom. Just because you decided to procreate with men that actually wanted to be fathers doesn't make you a damn good mom. It still makes you... don't say it, Tiffany. But we're going to move on. So, on some happy news, Maci recently talked about Amanda Connor and Ryan Edwards. Amanda and Ryan have been together for, I want to say that this will be their second, they're going on 2 years together. They are going to have a baby in the next few weeks. And I just love seeing how healthy and happy and confident Ryan is with Amanda. Like, I don't think that any of us have ever seen Ryan flourishing as well as what he is now. And I think that a lot of that has to do with him being with the right person. And Maci recently said that she loves to see where Ryan's at. She thinks that Amanda is a great partner, that he's finally found the right one. And they're able to all, like, healthily co-parent together. I don't think Mackenzie's ever going to get on board because she is so bitter. Mackenzie, I just know, is resentful that she did not get Ryan back. And that once he hit rehab and he started on his sobriety journey and meeting Amanda, who was also in her sobriety journey, and them together, again, this is why I support it. I know that you're technically not supposed to get in a relationship until you are like 1 year or 2 years sober. And that you're not supposed to date anybody from rehab. However, in their case, I think that they're going to be one of those, you know, 1%ers that it actually works out for. Because seeing how he is with Amanda, it's really a beautiful thing. Especially since I said before that Ryan was lost cause. Like, I was convinced, like, it's done. Like, I had the same thoughts on him that I had on Amber. Or have on Amber. But he really has done a 360, and I got to give him that credit. And I really think that, like Maci is saying, I think Amanda has a lot to do with it. I truly, truly do. When you are loved correctly and you are given space to heal while in a relationship, I feel that that's a healthy thing. Maybe it's because that's what I have done. I've been with my husband since I was 19. I've had a lot of healing in between then and now. And he's given me the space to do so. And he's been supportive and loving the whole way through. And that's all I truly want for everybody, honestly. But to see Ryan finally have that with Amanda, and he's actually being an active parent, I can't damn the guy. And I think it's beautiful for Maci to come out and share her encouragement with Ryan and Amanda. And my last topic of conversation for Teen Mom is going to be a petty one. So get ready, put your petty pants on with me. So recently, I don't know what Caitlin and Tyler, what event they were going to, or I don't know, and I don't really care. That's not the point. So I see these pictures of Caitlin, and I'm like, get it, girl, get it, girl. And then I get to the last picture of her, like, because it's one of her makeup and her hair being done. Then it's like one of her with her her eyes closed, her makeup getting done. Then the other one is with her eyes open, and it's like, you know, a shot like what I have. And I'm like, okay, she's got a cute outfit on. Her hair looks great. Her makeup's looking good. Okay, girl, get it, get it, get it. And then they show her shoes. Does anybody else feel disappointment with Caitlin and her outfits when you hit the shoes? Because I can't be the only one that finds her shoe game incredibly frustrating. Like, she will be slaying an outfit, getting it, looking great. And then all of a sudden you look at her shoes and you're like, I wouldn't have done that. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. That could just be me. Again, I said that this was going to be petty. Okay? And this is petty. Because this is a very, very stupid thing for me to even really point out. But after all these years of seeing it, I feel like I need to point it out. Because I can't be the only one. Where I'm like, get it, girl. And then I see her damn shoes. Those shoes. Like, you have a cute sweater dress on. Why are you wearing the disco boots? We could have gone with some other types of shoes. Even other types of boots. Again, this may be petty, but I'm just sharing my observations because I want to know if anybody else feels that way. Like, I just want to style her, you know? And I might talk about Caitlyn and Tyler and how their entitlement with Carly and their therapy speak and their adoption speak drives me absolutely fucking crazy. But I will still give the girl credit where it's due, because a lot of the times I feel like she doesn't put a lot of effort into herself, and I'm sure it has to do a lot with her mental health. And then I think that there's stuff, deep insecurities with her and Tyler because of how he has, like, judged her looks and her body. The things that he has said about her, I think, like, cause more insecurities. She won't admit it, though, because she wants to make it seem like he's like the knight in shining armor and they're just like so great together. But I feel like she doesn't put a lot of effort into herself because of those insecurities, which is sad, because your husband should be the one to, like, boost you up more than anybody else. You should be looking like fucking hell, and he's just sitting there like, damn, baby, you look good, like, hyping you up, gassing you up. But I don't see Tyler being that way at all. I'm sure she does that for him, but I don't see him doing that for her. And so when I do see her get all, like, glammed up and stuff, I'm like, okay, we see what you're working with. But then the shoes, it's just her shoes. The outfits aren't bad. It's just the damn shoes that she chooses to go with the outfits. Tell me I'm not the only freaking one. But I'm going to wrap up this video because I kind of just want to see the engagement I get from it with putting out a whole different type of content. I mean, it's the same content, but my background's different. The whole look of my video is different. Whole other aesthetic. So I'm going to see how this one does. Because now that I can't post on TikTok, what am I going to do with all these opinions? Just keep them to myself? I got to get them out somehow, some way. And until I learn more of the editing game for YouTube videos, this is basically what I'm going to be working with for right now. So I'm going to see how this all goes. And hopefully y'all are feeling it. And then I'll be back with some more.